Hello and welcome to Heavenly Album Covers. It is Independence Day here in America, USA, on planet Earth, and it is the evening of Independence Day, and people are still celebrating by exploding things. They are still exploding things out in the real world here in America, and we decided to put together a little bit of a American-themed album cover today, which is an album cover and an album by rock and roll classic rock legend Steve Miller, who is American. He was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in 1943, and you can still hear the bombs and explosions and sparklers and fireworks going off in the background. I'll leave the door closed, but if you do hear explosions, it's not to be worried about. There are just still Independence Day celebrators celebrating by exploding things outside and in their homes. And so here is the Steve Miller Band and their very well known and very wonderful smash hit album, Book of Dreams. And this album sold at least 3 million copies at the time, and it's still a huge seller. It's a definite stone cold American classic. It features a illustration by Mouse and Kelly. That would be Alton Kelly and Stanley Mouse, who also produced many psychedelic posters for some classic rock bands and acts in the late 1960s and 70s. So this is a Kelly Mouse creation, this flying horse with beautiful multicolored wings. It's a white horse. It's flying and galloping across this very intricate circle sky circle, and it's looks like it's airbrushed quite a bit. The album artist name, Steve Miller Band, is up here. It's nice simple lettering, and the album title is perfect down here at the bottom. Here is the very small Capitol Records logo, and this is indeed a classic American album cover. And Steve Miller was born in 1943, and he founded the Steve Miller Band in 1966, and they put out tons of albums. Steve was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His dad was a amateur recording engineer, and he knew a lot of well-known artists, musicians such as Les Paul and Mary Ford, T-Bone Walker, Charles Mingus, and very early on, Steve Miller had a love of the guitar and music, and Les Paul actually took Steve Miller under his wing, just like this horse, and he taught Steve Miller a lot of things, and Les Paul really liked Steve Miller, and Les Paul was great, so Steve Miller is probably great too. I haven't listened to much Steve Miller Band music other than the Greatest Hits album and this album, this album contains basically all of Steve Miller's big hits. This was recorded in San Francisco. Stanley Mouse and Alton Kelly did the design here, and Roy Kohara was the art director. Roy Kohara worked on many album covers, and this album actually contains the song Big Old Jet Airliner, which was written by Paul Pena. Steve Miller did a cover of Big Old Jet Airliner, and Paul Pena's version, the original version, is great. You can find that on YouTube, other places. Steve Miller kind of perked it up and played it a little bit faster. You can hear the fireworks going off in the background. It's quite exciting here at Heavenly Album Covers. And Big Old Jet Airliner kicks off this album. True Fine Love is on here. Jungle Love was a hit, and several other songs. Swing Town is on this album. These are the liner notes with the repeating title and band name on this side in blue with white lettering. And this is kind of the liner notes section here. We have the cover illustration repeated here, very small. It's very elegant. This is a very elegant album cover and album package. And here are the Steve Miller Band listed here with guest star Norton Buffalo, Les Dudek, and other people. And here indeed are the names of art director Roy Kahara and illustration by Kelly and Mouse. Wonderful illustration. And let's look at the back cover of this album. It's also a very elegant design here. There's a nice gold frame, airbrushed probably, with the very clear song titles here in gold over kind of a sky image there. This album that I found this, I'm not sure where I found this album, but it also came with a Steve Miller merch advertising sheet here. You can buy a Steve Miller Book of Dreams t-shirt. You can buy his song books. There goes some fireworks. Fireworks are a very exciting thing. And you can buy concert tour books by Steve Miller, posters. There's some t-shirts in the center. It's quite a wonderful thing. There's the mail order envelope thing you can cut out and tape together and put your money in there and order all this great stuff. And Book of Dreams is actually Steve Miller's 10th album. It came out in 1977. It was a smash hit. It was, as far as I know, it might still be on the charts. The actual record label itself is, I'm going to bring the light closer because this is exciting. The fireworks are going off. The album cover motif, the illustration is repeated here on the actual vinyl portion of the album. Just beautiful, beautifully printed. The album is absolutely beautiful. Everything's beautiful. Fireworks are beautiful. And this has been Heavenly album covers here on American Independence Day 2024. The fireworks are still going on outside. Let's check here. We can stroll out into the darkness of night and hear the various rumblings of fireworks as they are exploded in America here in 2024. That rumbling is the sound of freedom here in America, the sound of fireworks. And if things are as they were last year, these fireworks will continue to go on until at least midnight. You can see the dark night sky is being lit up by fireworks in the distance, and things are very well in America here as the fireworks explode and freedom rings here at Heavenly album covers.